Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first cast for Zero Tolerance TV. I am your host, ZT, and I'm very excited to be bringing you these games. Now, I'm a little short for actual games to cast because I haven't really looked into it too much. So what I'm doing here is casting some games that came from Artosis' channel that he fucked up the audio on. So there's actually no real cast of him. He's got this observed video, which is I think 5 games, and I figure out, fuck it, I'll just start with those. I suppose this is a good time to mention this is not necessarily a kids-friendly channel. I am not afraid of the F-bombs, or, well, really anything. So get ready for that. Unfortunately, if you're a StarCraft fan, we are starting with a PvP. Now, I am a Protoss player, and you can hold that against me if you want. I don't care. So I don't hate this matchup as much as a lot of people. I think it's only the second worst matchup. I'm pretty sure that the Zerg mirror is actually just the worst matchup ever devised in any video game ever. That I know of anyway. It's horrible. It's you either die to Lings or you die to Mutas, but thankfully that's not what we're watching right now. This is at least not that. So we do have a PvP here, which can kind of be bad, but actually can sometimes be pretty awesome. Late game PvP we don't get to see a lot because, well, they're two Protosses. They're really good at killing each other, and always in mirror matchups, the small differences can have a huge effect. So in PvP we often see one player getting an early lead in some way and just winning the game immediately. Maybe they'll just go DTs, although I suppose that's a little more rare, but if one player just makes a bunch of Dragoons and kills the other player's Dragoons, well, it's probably correct for them to rally Dragoons across the map for the rest of the game and win with that advantage. So we do get games like that, but we also do get some pretty epic late games in PvP. It's possible. Hopefully we can see something interesting here. Nothing too crazy so far. I will mention these players. So I'm pretty sure I know who these are. Purple is definitely Ruin. That I'm quite certain of, and I believe the red Protoss here, who we see harassing quite well, and is he about to Mana Pylon? Ooh, no, he did not, but he did get his probe out with literally 1 HP, so I guess that's something. This is, oh shoot, I've forgotten. I think it's nOOB. I'm pretty sure it's nOOB. It's nOOB, but the N is lowercase. Gotta watch for that. It's him or Motive. I'm pretty sure those are the Protosses here. Whatever. I'm going with it's nOOB. Pretty sure it is. These are part of a team league called the Moonlight Pro League, I think is what it's called. The format is a little confusing to me, so I'm not going to try to explain it, but I think this is King of the Hill format, so whoever wins this game is just going to keep playing. And the red Protoss here, nOOB, won the last game, so he is playing again. Nothing crazy so far. Neither of these players are gearing up for any sort of quick kill. Looks like they're both just going to go probably Observers, and then maybe some Reavers. I mean, it's hard to not go Reaver in this matchup if you decide to use Robotech. It's just such a strong unit, harassing, but also very strong defensively. And yeah, based off Ruin's position of his robotics, I do believe that will be for Reavers. They're able to walk down the ramp very quickly. Reavers are, of course, incredibly slow units, so you want to put that near your ramp if you want to use it to defend. nOOB, on the other hand, has put his, well, I mean, it's not super far away from his ramp, but it's not close. So I think it kind of goes either way for him. Yeah, we do see both the observatory and the support bay going down here for runes, so definitely Reavers. Only the observatory so far for nOOB, so maybe not 2 Reaver players here. The Reaver mirror is actually kind of one of the interesting things about PvP. You really get to show who's the better player, at least at that specific thing, because You know, a player like Snow, who's very known for his Reaver use, you know, you can definitely tell, and he will get a lot of advantages just because he's good at picking up his Reavers before the opposing Scarab goes off. And in that sort of Reaver mirror, it's really all about that micro. That's definitely the most important thing. Seems like nOOB wants to take a base here. Yeah, there's his Nexus. And Ruin has a Reaver started. nOOB's kind of interested. He has his Dragoons pretty offensively placed. Looks like he's actually moving them back now, and yeah, they are running home. Ruin takes his natural and spreads out his goons, so this should be pretty safe, especially with a Reaver about to pop. I see basically no chance that he will get busted here, and since Ruin is since nOOB is expanding, there's definitely no chance he's getting busted. And okay, so Ruin feels comfortable taking his Nexus. It's about half behind, a little more than half behind. Which isn't a huge deal. Oh, it looks like nOOB snuck in a support bay while I wasn't looking, since he's got shuttle speed started. Not sure where that is, and he's now producing a Reaver, so definitely going to be a Reaver mirror here with slightly faster Nexus. Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty big. Losing observers is pretty painful. You do need them in the matchup just to scout out what your opponent's doing. And really, if you don't make observers and your opponent does, you know, they just have so much information on you. Just seeing where your army is such a big deal. So you do have to remake observers if they die, and that eats into your robotics time, which is really the main thing that you are worried about here. So it does matter. Also, I mean, 75 gas is not nothing. Protoss definitely wants lots of gas. It's like Ruin's Nexus is about to finish up here. Shuttle speed's not quite done, but it's going to be soon. We'll see what nOOB wants to do with this shuttle. Does he want to harass with it? Ruin still hasn't bothered starting speed of his own, so that is going to be a pretty big advantage for nOOB. And he does also have the quicker Nexus. Ruin has actually less probes by 3 here. I'm not sure exactly where his advantage lies, but here we go. It's a battle. Good Scarab shot there from nOOB's Reaver. Gets 3 Dragoons, but a nice pickup before the Scarab can hit his Reaver. Dropping it down. Another shot. Let's see if Ruin can get a good shot with his Reaver. Yeah, that was pretty nice. And Ruin did end up winning this engagement. He's got more Dragoons, but this should still be holdable. I think with the defender's advantage, nOOB is going to be okay. And with that second Reaver popping, yeah, he's going to be fine. Ruin has a second Reaver of his own. The shuttle's going back to pick it up. nOOB doesn't know right now, but he could take a really strong engagement. Wow, that's I believe that's Scarab damage. So a really big Reaver investment for nOOB. I kind of like it. I think if you're gonna make a lot of Reavers, it's a cool upgrade. You don't always see it. I think it's probably more common in PvT with the sort of the double Reaver kill supply depot drop, which is kind of a cheeky play. Basically, it lets 4 Scarabs kill as many depots as you can hit, which is often 4. So it's a very good tactic. Ruin is dropping his Reavers out here, and nOOB just picks his up. Oh, free goon, that's pretty good. nOOB trying to pick off the shuttle. Does pick it off, but neither of the Reavers are in there. A big Dragoon lead here for Ruin. Can he pick off the Reavers of nOOB and kill through here? He takes out the shuttle, but that's not units. And actually, nOOB is just going to crush that attack. He lost his shuttle early, but it just didn't matter. Ruin, I think, maybe over-targeted on that shuttle and took too many Reaver shots. I do have to apologize. My play-by-play is incredibly rusty. I haven't casted StarCraft in years, but I've just had that itch. And, you know, I feel like if you have it long enough, you better just start casting, right? That's how it was before. Nice pick off on that observer. Ruin able to limit his opponent's robotics time a little bit more by killing that observer, and there it is, getting produced again. So that could be a shuttle, that could be a reaver. That 75 gas could be half a Templar later on, I don't know. So far neither player has bothered to take a third. It's pretty tough. Rune does have 7 probes up on Noob here, so that's pretty big. But we've got an engagement, a nice reaver shot. Hits, I think, 2 Dragoons, so maybe not actually all that nice. This shuttle's coming in. Is he going to drop? No. Okay. Ooh, looks like he's going to harass with these reavers, dropping 1 out. Scarab kills. Looks like 1 there. Got a Dragoon as well. Some nice shots on these Dragoons, but he's going to lose his reavers, and that's just not worth. Oof. Big hit on those 3. Kills another one. So I think that was 5 Dragoons and a probe for 2 reavers and a shuttle. Probably, I mean, kind of even, but it makes me think now that Rune is going to be able to hold this attack that maybe he wouldn't have been able to hold before. Noob is jumping over onto these reavers, trying to take them out, but he can't quite do it. Does end up killing 1, but the other is still shooting here, and it is now 1 reaver to 0, which is a horrible situation for the non-reaver player. And yeah, Noob does not have another reaver out here, so he definitely has to run. Also, lower Dragoon count. Look over at the supply. Rune has a lead. It's not huge. It's only 6 now, but it's going to be more than that. It's probably about, 7 and 9 is his supply lead, which is pretty reasonable in this matchup. And that is all probes though, so army-wise, there's no difference. Second reaver out, but that shuttle's kind of bruised. He might want to even build another shuttle. It's pretty big deal to not have your reavers die because your shuttle is red before the fight. It's not an ideal situation. There's more here. This is probably not a great engagement for Rune. You don't want to fight up a ramp like that, even with reavers. It's probably not a great idea. Picking off a goon there, though. Pretty nice. Even supply, Rune has more probes by 8, so his army's actually smaller. And now he's actually behind in supply, so a pretty big army advantage here for Noob. Looks like the reaver advantage still goes to Rune, though. So that does matter. Reavers are obviously a very good unit. I think that was a forge, yeah. And Citadel of a Dune. That's what that building is called. Scarab damage now on the way here for Rune as well, so both these players are going to have that. He would definitely get more out of it. We're going to have a big engagement here, dropping the 1 reaver out to see if he can do some damage. These Dragoons are doing a decent job. They do end up picking off Rune's reaver. They're just such a big army Noob has here. It's too big for Rune to take out, and he needs to do exactly what he's doing and retreat. I like trying to pick off, do some damage to these zealots, but looking at the supply now, it's kind of bad. 7 behind for Rune, and he has 8 extra probes, so 15 supply lead in army here for Noob. 2 less now after that zealot gets picked off for free. Oh, you gotta watch your reavers, bro. If that thing gets picked off, that's pretty bad. I thought that was a Nexus for a second. Nope, that's actually just a pylon. But here comes the engagement. Let's see how good the reaver shots are. Some nice micro from Rune, but a big flank by Noob, and it looks like he's just going to be able to take this fight. Maybe the reaver can turn it. No, it's actually 1 reaver each side. Wow, Noob has the high ground here. Rune definitely needs to back up, and I think he lost his reaver as well. It's looking pretty bad for Rune. I think there was a moment there where he hit a pretty good shot, but looking pretty tough for him now. He's down in supply and up in probes, so his army's much weaker. And these Dragoons are just pushing in. Noob does end up losing his shuttle, but it doesn't matter. And Rune leaves the game. And that will conclude the first game for Zero Tolerance TV. I'm so glad if you made it here. Please consider subscribing. I would appreciate that. And if you want some more StarCraft content, it'd be a great place to get it. Thank you very much.